Good afternoon, Kentucky. It's Bob back in Bob and Terry's backyard. It's a beautiful day in Kentucky, and it's wind's blowing again, so that's about normal. We made it through the last projected frost date, which is Derby Day, and naturally, uh, that night we got 34 degrees, heavy frost. Show you a short video of that. But as you can see from the picture, we had everything covered. Uh, we did go and cheat on some of the plants, you know. What temperature can a strawberry take, or what temperature can a potato take? And the only one we got burnt on, we have a potato over near the greenhouse that just froze the top leaves right off. So, like I say in every video, it's you don't know what you're going to get, and you just got to deal with it. So, we I got a few things to show you today. One is about vertical tomatoes, vertical green beans, we're going to do vertical zucchini and yellow squash. But it's all about cattle fence and uh, and how you can use cattle fence. You can buy them at the farm store. The only problem with cattle fence is it's 16-foot long. So if you got a pickup truck, that 8-foot bed, you're going to have to fold it in half. You don't want to bend it. You just want to kind of roll it in half, strap it, tie it, whatever. So it's a loop like that. Put it in the back of your truck and tie it down, because you don't want that flying out the back of your truck. But when you get it home, you can do many things with it. So we'll show you that first, and then we'll kind of give you a tour of how our garden's doing. So far, so good. Everything's coming up just great. So you don't have an earthquake, or who knows what. We're doing good. So we'll see you in a minute. Later. It's Bob. He's back. So is the wind. We're going to be bouncing all over the yard because we do different things with cattle fence. But this is a full piece of cattle fence, and when we take it down out of our arch, where we had just green beans going crazy last year, what we do is tie the ends, like I told you how to do it in the truck, but lay it on its side, and we fill it up with leaves, pine needles, anything. You're just trying to make leaf mulch, for mulching your garden in the springtime or the wintertime. But anything in the fall goes in there. Now that thing was full, and now it's down to about 2 foot high. And I had another one. I already took the arch out over here, and but it's multi-use, or whatever. You can use it for a whole lot of things, but keeping leaves, it's all about the leaves and all about the soil. So don't forget that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but a couple years ago I had some smaller pieces of cattle fence, so I just made them in tomato cages. But they are rigid. I mean, I'm not a big fan of tomato cages, except certain ways you use it. But if you can't get into them, some tomato cages are either so flimsy they don't do any good, and they only last once, or you do them like that, they'll last forever. So that's the second way we use it, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, the third way is just vertical, or I guess that would be horizontal. 2 posts, 3 posts on this one. Our grapes are climbing up it. You can do it anything. You can do tomatoes against it. You can do green beans. You can do cucumbers. anything that climbs or you have to use as a support will work. So this one's been there for years since the garden started. So, and it's not going anywhere. And it's done great for the grapes if we can just keep them healthy enough to get a grape out of them. They got all kinds of little grapes, but we'll see. So, all right, I'm just going to turn this around and see if this works. Um, so this is the fourth way. Um, this is our arch. Now we usually have them going this way, but we're going to change it around. We put scarlet runner beans in this, so it'll be in bright red flowers, which we need them pollinators. Um, and if you look on top of my tomato trellis, um, maybe you can see better this way. Um, there's the arch on the other side. And then this is the tomato trellis. And you can see the cattle fence on top. And how this works, if you're not familiar with vertical tomatoes, tie the string at the top down. Now I use a little wire kind of a peg or tent peg or whatever in the ground. String ties to that right at the base of the tomato. Um, the guys in the UK, they just take the tomato and they're going to put the string in, plop the plant on top, and it stays there. But the only problem is I tried that last year and my string rotted away before the tomato was about that high. So then it was trying to replace strings and it was a mess. So we got heavy string, doesn't touch the ground. And as the tomato, I don't know if you can see this or not, but as the tomato grows up, you just wrap it around that string like that. And it just keeps going. These are indeterminate tomatoes. So that means they will go up, over, across, everywhere. So that's what you're trying to do. You keep the lower leaves trimmed up so you can get airflow. It's amazing how many funguses and blights and all that start from just no airflow. So they need that. They look a little crazy, but they produce a heck of a lot of tomatoes. And you go up and you pick them at this height instead of laying sitting on the ground. And so they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of different, just a different way to do it. So, and people swear by it, and we've had pretty good luck with it so far. So from there, I will take you a quick tour, show you how empty the greenhouse is, and how full it was, and how full the garden is. That's what we're trying to do. So um, I'll see you in a second. Later. Okay, we're back. This is kind of our fruits. We got a pear, peach, cherry, um, blueberry. We got a lot of things started. Like I said before, my wife has really done a great job. This is what an empty greenhouse looks like. She started some more things. Cantaloupe, squash, um, watermelon, butternut squash, big pumpkin, and so yeah, this is the potato that got burnt. You can see the top just kind of got eaten up. Um, we're gonna. These are one thing I said I don't like tomato cages, but they work great. This is going to be squash. This is going to be um, patty pan and custard squash. So we'll see how much that climbs over everything. Strawberries are doing wonderful. Uh, Notice there's an onion between each strawberry. Keep the bugs down. Keep them slugs away. But for a new structure, these are all 1-year plants. So from babies, and they got babies coming on them all. So I got to get started on getting them trimmed up. These are our apples. Well, we had an apple, but them 80-mile-an-hour winds just kind of blew everything off of everything. Um, figs coming up. We were worried about it, but we always are. Kids garden. Um, been growing this lettuce and spinach, a little bit of beans, and tomatoes are coming up all by themselves. So you know when to plant a tomato when they come up all by themselves. We ate all the radishes, bok choy. It went before it even got big enough to eat. So got blackberries still in bloom. Hopefully have not going to be a monstrous crop because looks like we lost some of it in the winter. We trimmed it all up, but it'll be back. Raspberries, we cut them to the ground, and they're coming up pretty good. So still got a lot of garlic in the midst of them, but never had too much garlic. These are peppers. Started in the greenhouse. Tomatoes. These are Romas. They started in the greenhouse. Got a few more tomatoes over there. That grape arbor is doing pretty well with root onions under it. These are Romanesco broccoli and cabbage, we think. You know, once they get to that point, but we're trying to cover them up. They don't look as cool, but keeping them darn butterflies away from them. Sugar snap peas on the trellis. I love homemade trellises. I just think they look so cool. This is just our roses, columbine. Our yuccas are all ready to bloom. You can see that. Usually we time it right when we go to vacation and all of them bloom and then come back and all of them are dead. Our asparagus is doing okay. We're going to let it rest this year. This is a row of beets, looking real good. And then a row of peppers behind them, and then a row of onions in front of them. You can crowd stuff in if you try. These are potatoes. One more. Looks like it's going to be a cabbage, but got garlic popped up everywhere. This is our corn. We started in the greenhouse. It's a lot easier to plant corn when you start with a seedling and you plop it in the hole. You know where it's at, and you don't have to figure out what's a weed and what's a corn plant. So the winds tore it up a little bit, but it looks okay. Potatoes, these are volunteers. They come out just great. We were really bad last year picking potatoes, evidently. We got zucchini and yellow in their hills right there. This is another batch of potatoes. Looking pretty good. Come out, check for slugs, and I didn't see anything on anything. So that's good for us. This is tough to see with the sunshine, but this one's, hopefully you can see it. Kohlrabi, more Romanescos in the back, cabbage, all kinds of brassicas. We're not sure what, it's a mustard, but we're not sure what to do. It's trying to get out the top. So he's going to have to be out of there. But yeah, you got to keep the butterflies off of them. So you hate to cover everything up like that. But and then this is our newest garden. It's kind of taking its time. We had 80s in April, you know, like all April. So, you know, we're trying to start everything, and 80s is tough. But you got some lettuce coming up, and got some we love radishes, so we plant a lot of radishes. This is wildflowers. Iris did really well this year, probably our best year. And this is our tomatoes. As you can see, you know, you just kind of work them right up the line. And you can put a lot of tomatoes in a small spot. On the other side is is we got some basil, got some oregano, Canandula, which we transplanted, looks a little droopy right now. And we planted Swiss chard and basil in between the row of tomatoes. It's another insect killer. Just it just chases them away. Okay, and we put scarlet runner beans in here, so they'll go up and over on both directions. So that ought to be beautiful. And zinnias over there. Got a new bird bath. Used to be my mom and dad's years and years and years ago. Still in action. Our grow bags. We got some peppers in that one, strawberries, potatoes. That one's about ready to harvest, strawberries. All kinds of good onions. Columbine's finally making its day. These are bush peas. I just never get that right. We got a robin bouncing around back there. That's all garlic and walking onions. If you ever see any of my videos, there's always walking onions somewhere. And then we got carrots in here. They're pretty small. It's tough when you're trying to germinate things in 80 degrees. And we got more potatoes in the back, and then strawberries all around the edge. And so everything's doing pretty well. We did get a good rain. We got a good 3 inches of rain yesterday or the day before yesterday. And but the irises were beautiful. Lilies are coming. They'll be bright yellow. My bananas are coming up. Don't see any bananas in the front. I'm really upset with. This is a button bush. Really cute. It's a little puff white flower. These are fall crocus, that come up in the fall and they shoot up and then have a big pink flower on them. Roses are looking really good. Clematis was doing well, but naturally no flowers now. Put a new clematis in there. Butterfly bush. Garden's doing good. Oh, there's one iris. Pretty one over here. Just so many different colors of iris. You just can't. More lilies. We tried to get things organized today with trying to get the plants out of the garage. We had to have them in because it got in the 40s last night. So it's like, our herb garden is kind of overrun. But yeah, here's where my bananas used to be, and there's just nothing there. So we'll see. Makes my wife happy, but. And then more roses. Yarrow. This is our pride and joy. This is bee balm. You will definitely see a video of that. And because it's going to be in huge bloom. And if you don't know it, Sunday's Mother's Day. Don't forget Mom. So that's how I got out of trouble right there. So double impatience. Yep, we go all the way. Bee balm is taken over, and we're really happy with that. Hummingbird heaven, and yellow iris, and the pond that I still got to do some work on. Just haven't got the water flowing to it yet. But everything else, there's another little peach, and that clematis is doing real good up there. But it won't go up; it just stays on the ground. I don't get it. And so we're pretty well set for our plants and our patio. And so all these plants made it through in my garage all winter. So you can do that too. You don't want to pay for new plants every year. And there's Kadoe. And Mandevilla looks a little droopy, but made it through the winter. So that's about, well, here's a, I think so. This is a kiwi. I don't know if you saw that in early videos, but never got a kiwi, never got a flower. The only way you can tell if it's a male or a female is it gets a flower. So if you don't get a flower, you don't know what you got to have, and you got to have a male and a female. So it's just an ornamental thing on the wall right now. So, and more peas, sugar snap, front of the door there, and dragon tree. And this is my staghorn. Made it through the winter, looking good. I don't know if you can see him or not with all that green behind him, but so I need to show you the trash cans last, but so we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll be back in another week or so, and hopefully some of these dahlias will be coming up because we planted dahlias and cannas and all kinds of other bulbs that should be coming up and in the near future. So and so we will. Hey, look at these cabbage, or I think they're cabbage. They sure are pretty though. And in this one here, this is our popcorn. So we're going to try to stagger our pollinating time. So they do it. So our corn's already up and going, and our popcorn just got planted a couple days ago. So hopefully they won't do the same thing at the same time. So all right, from then we will. This is our garden. It's going well. Hopefully yours is too. And we'll catch you later. Later. Good evening, Kentucky. Still back in the backyard. I've been working on this video about cattle fence, and it kind of bothers me that cattle fence is rigid and very hard to bend. So I just wanted to put a note of caution. Cattle fence is not meant to do that. And what we do, and I've never seen anybody do it, but I cut the ends of the square part off. I cut it off so all you got is teeth sticking up. So you got teeth sticking out back both sides. So, but this is a 2 or 3 person job. Me and my wife did it. We do it every year, but it always scares me. I'll end up being a shish kebab, if you get that. But you kind of get it where you want it. Raise it up, step down on it, so the spikes stick in the ground, and they'll go in about that far up to the first horizontal thing, and then you just walk this one over and walk it where you want it, and she pretty well holds on to this side, and then I get it where I want it, and then I stomp it in. So don't try to do it by yourself. Not a good idea. But I just wanted to tell you, same thing about getting in the truck. The thing is wicked when you try to bend it. It's got a lot of strength, and it holds cattle. So if that tells you anything. So just a word of caution. That's the orange shirt. Be careful. It's the best way to put it in. I don't like T-posts, and I don't like rebar and all that junk in the garden to hold this up. And all you do is cut that bottom with either a grinder or a sawzall or a hacksaw or bolt cutters or whatever. And just be careful, because once it goes in the ground, we've been using them for years this way. They don't go anywhere. So, so that's where we're going to leave it. And I wish you luck with adding some cattle fence to your garden. And it's a whole new way of picking beans when you're up there picking them like this instead of down on your knees picking them like that. So, all right. So we'll catch you next video, and have a good night. Later.